2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
When the Warriors come down the tunnel, it's always a sight to see. Dressed in their best as they arrive in their building earlier. And there's a look at the Ferry Building in San Francisco, not far from our location tonight. Welcome, maybe the best day of the NBA, Thursday night, and we're happy you could be here with us. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Charlotte, they're sitting 8th right now in the early going.
And you know, for the Hornets, they had the kind of hot and cold start that we've kind of come to expect. Nothing that would indicate they're in for any kind of a breakout season.
And, you know, perhaps with a roster move or two later on, they can start to break out of that pack.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. The guard spots are filled by Ball and Rozier. McDaniels is out there with Oubre, and it's Robinson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Golden State, Jordan Poole is out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then there's James Wiseman. Then there's Jay, and it's Clutch in at the 4. What's the most important thing, Clark, a player has to focus on when it's this early in the season?
Well, I think one is making sure you're in really good shape, and then getting comfortable with your teammates is another element, and getting your chemistry and timing back. Those are probably the most important things.
Now, here's Ball. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here.
Hornets ball.
A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Robinson passes to McDaniels and finished off by McDaniel.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Passes it to Clutch from deep. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, James Borrego had a few minutes to share with me. He praised D'Angelo Russell's game, saying that he's someone that can take over without warning. Coach told me his floaters, his outside shooting, he can hurt you so many ways. Once he's locked in, there's no stopping him. He can be unorthodox, but he is a special player. Guys?
Thanks, David. Oubre. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his first personal foul.
The Hornets shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Oubre. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Poole the pass to Wiseman. Over to the wing. Pass to Clutch. Launches it. He can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Ball. And given Robinson's upside coming out of college, it was a little bit of a surprise that he fell to the second round.
And he's more of a classic big. It won't stretch the floor. You're not going to run the offense through him. But, boy, you can't teach size and athleticism. That's what he brings to the part. Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook.
I'm glad he didn't go overboard and try to do too much there.
He dialed that one up from long distance. And it's 9 points for Clutch.
And he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
To the paint. Here's Oubre. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 3rd assist on the night. The Warriors have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
We've got 1:28 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to McDaniels. And finished off by McDaniels.
Rozier showing you nice feel for recognizing that one of his guys was wide open and got him the ball.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here, coming off that win against Minnesota.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger, and we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
And you know, confident.
The Warriors have gone 1 of 3 at the line here.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. On the court for Charlotte, the guard spots are filled by Ball and Rozier. McDaniels is out there with Robinson, and it's Oubre in at the 3 spot. And he lays in the alley-oop.
And you cannot leave anybody open on Ball's team because this guy is excellent at finding his teammates.
Here's Clutch. He's covered by Ball. Hits it from 3-point range. That's 12 points for Clutch.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
That one goes in.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And what a huge performance for him. I mean, he drained 3 three-pointers in that first quarter, and he's got 2 more here in the second.
Rozier the pass to Robinson. Now here's Oubre. The pass to Rozier. Wants to get it to Robinson and does. Good.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Here's Clutch driving to the basket.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart. And let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
It was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for him in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's a characteristic.
And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. .51 seconds left now here in the second. Shoots the 3. A nice shot by McDaniels. McDaniels got 13.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Let's go. And the Warriors take on 2 more.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
The need just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And it's good for 2. Clutch has got 10 points in the quarter.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And on defense, Curry's quickness really pays off, able to stay all over the shooter.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, guys. With Coach James Borrego, what is going to make the difference in the second half?
Well, we need a good start. We're going to talk to the guys right now. They got to come out with the same energy they started the game with. Attack mode, when you start.
That's led to some great things, and we'll see if that continues. Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. In the first period, their biggest lead was a slim 3 points. Taking a look at the Hornets, and big fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
They're going to work in the paint. Doing a great job. Good portion of their offense was generated inside. Really outperformed their opponent in that. I expect the defense to pack it in a little more in the second half and try to force those guys to stay outside.
And Kenny, how'd you think the Warriors were playing?
The energy on D stood for disappointing. They were slow to rotate. Communication was bad. No effort. I mean, the intensity on that end of the floor, where it needs to be, was just not there.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. What can you say? Clutch and impressive effort here today.
As impressive as the block totals are from him early on, they don't even tell the whole story. He's changed countless others.
Yeah, you know, he's been up in the air so often, he's been absolutely a pest on the defensive end.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. And a lot of players want a voice in team strategy. And I've always wondered, Greg, is there a downside for coaches letting their players get too involved?
I mean, there is a belief that you can have too many cooks in the kitchen, right? But if a player knows his stuff, it's worth at least hearing him out, if only to keep those open lines of communication.
So with Thompson sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. You've got Wiseman. Russell is out there with Jordan Poole. And it's Clutch, and it's Jay in at the 3. Here's Jay again, Golden State.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Rozier against Russell. Robinson passes to Oubre. Off target from outside. Warriors trail by 4. Here's Clutch. Another 3 for Golden State.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Charlotte has gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Pass to Rozier. And here's Oubre. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. It's deflected, and it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile 1 block.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
And the Warriors with some changes. Green. And so it's Charlotte with the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.